What's going on, everybody? I'm James Young with jamesyoung.io. This is Teach Me How to Lightroom. Today we're taking a look at how you can edit photos that were taken in the harsh sunlight and actually get a real good edit out of it. There's a link in the description where you can download the raw file for free so you can follow along and grab these exact results. So we're taking this shot here and boom, we're going right there with the edit. So let's see exactly how we can still get bomb edits out of harsh sun. These free tutorials are made possible by SmugMug. It's the best platform to deliver your client galleries. And there's a link in the description for James Young Photography viewers to take 15% off the unlimited storage option of your choice. Invest in your client experience, and in doing so, you also help this channel grow. Now with this edit in particular, I do want to increase my white balance just a little bit. So we're going to go about 4,300 here. I see that my exposure does need to come down just a tad, somewhere around 0.4. Very good. So for our contrast, since we are in direct sunlight, it's already going to come out a little contrasty. Normally for portraits, we want to go pretty heavy with the contrast, but for here, we're only going plus 10. Our highlights, we want to cut these down just a little bit, so about minus 25. Very good. Now our shadows, we're going to open these up quite a bit, somewhere around plus 60. There we go. For our whites, we're going to leave those exactly where they're at. And then blacks, we're going to slide that to the left just a tad, somewhere around minus 25 as well. As we make our way down to the tone curve, we're going to make an S curve by clicking a node directly in the middle, clicking a node a little bit to the right, and clicking a node a little bit to the left. Now from here, we're going to make that S. So the node all the way to the right that we created, let's bring that up. We're also going to bring this to the left a little bit, somewhere around right there. Our midtone point, let's actually bring that up a little bit as well. Perfect. And then for the node that we created on the left, we're going to bring this down somewhere around right there or so. And you can see here we've introduced a lot of contrast, and this is looking absolutely terrible on the skin, but we're going to compensate for all of that with our color grade. So we're going to make our way down. We're going to shift our hue a little bit on the orange to 5. Let's move our yellows to the left to about minus 15. And a similar thing with our greens. We're going to go about minus 30. There's not a lot of greens in this image, obviously, but sometimes colors can register as different colors in the HSL, even though visually we're seeing something a little bit different. With our saturation, because this is in full sun, with the orange, we're actually going to take this down about minus 10. Our yellows, we're going to bring these down about minus 25. For our greens, about minus 50. Again, not a lot of greens in this image, but just in case, I want to lower those down just a little bit as well. So for our aquas, we're going to create a curve now on the downward slope. And then our blues, we're going to come down on those two, just a touch on purples, and the same thing for magentas. Then for our luminance, we're going to go up plus 5 on orange. And then our greens, we're going to turn those down and create a downward slope with our other colors here. Boom. Now with our color grade in place, let's scroll back up to our basic panel, and under presence, we're going to adjust our vibrance and saturation. So we're going to cut our vibrance down about minus 10 or 15. There we go. And then for our saturation, we're going to go about minus 5 as well. And then you can really see now that we've done that color grade, that that's really fixed all that contrast that we added in the tone curve. So we still have a lot of contrast in the image, but we're not overdoing it on the colors. That's really important with the harsh lighting situation here. So let's scroll down just a little bit. One last thing with the colors is we're going to adjust the hue in our calibration. You scroll all the way down, and we're going to scroll a little bit to the right on hue, about plus 20 or so. And then our saturation, we're going to bring that down quite a bit. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This wall looks kind of orangish, kind of red almost, but the camera, in fact, in Lightroom is actually reading that there to be a little bit of green in there. So if I turn that off, turn it back on, you can see that the greens have been adjusted by doing those adjustments. So there we go. We can round out this image. We can add a little bit of sharpening if we wanted to, do a little bit of noise reduction if we wanted to. This was shot at ISO 100, so not a lot of noise to be had. Pretty clean image here, but this is how I would edit this exact image with harsh light. So hey, did you learn anything? If you did, it would be awesome if you left a like on the video. If this is your first time checking out one of the videos, it would also be awesome if you subscribed. Well, I'm James Young at jamesyoung.io. This is Teach Me How to Lightroom.